Okay, we are live on a YouTube. Okay, let's suppose we are creating a form to check a ICT knowledge. Okay, let's see, like my knowledge. It can be a survey form, it can be a quiz, it can be any kind of form through which you want to collect a data. Suppose you want to collect a data of your students. Okay, their field of interest, or you can conduct any kind of test through this Google form. Simply, we are creating a form to check the ICT knowledge. Okay, let's see, like my knowledge. It can be a survey form, it can be a quiz. Okay, simply for Google form, what we can do is, or where we use a Google form is any use case where we want to collect any kind of data, we want to create any kind of quiz, then we can go for Google form, right? And suppose the conducting organization of this test is Scrollwell. Okay, here in this tab you can add a description about your test. Let's suppose this is a description for my test. Okay, it contains a basic guidelines like what are the closing time of the test, what will be medium of test, these kind of thing. Okay, for better understanding of the students. And after this, what kind of details we will need? Can you suggest me from a student or surveyor? The details like name, right? For purpose of identification. It can be a roll number, class. Okay. Section. Is it fine in case of students? Suppose we are creating this as a open test, right? Not limited to our institution. Then we can ask institution name also. Okay, this is a basic questions, and here you can see there are few options, right? This one means this is a folder where your file is saved. From this you can star your this quiz, means it will arrive always in a top. This is a add-ons option. All the add-ons which we have installed will be shown over here. From here we can change the theme, color and the text font of my form. Suppose I want to change the text and color coding from here, and I want to upload a header. Okay. Okay, I have updated a header. From this theme option, I can change the color coding of my test. This header can be a logo also, right? Logo of the institution, header of the institution. And from here you can change the theme color. Okay. And from here you can select a text type also. Okay, we are done with this customization of theme. After doing all the changes from this button, preview button, you can have a look of your form, how my forms looks like. Okay, here it is. We have added few questions like name, institution name, roll number, class, and section. Okay, after this, the settings can be achieved from here. And for sending this form to a students, we will be using this send button. Okay, and here are few more options. We will be covering all the things. Okay, just between the session. After adding a title, description, here we can add a few type of questions, right? The questions can be short answer type, paragraph, multiple choice, checkbox. Multiple, what is the difference between multiple choice and checkbox, right? Suppose there are four options. Let's say this one, section A, B, C, right? And out of which two answers are right. Okay, A is also right, B is also right. Then we will move for checkbox option, not a multiple choice. Okay, in the case of multiple choice and drop down, only one option can be selected. And if you want to select a multiple options, then you will proceed for checkbox, right? If you want to upload any kind of file, you want to seek any kind of file from your students, it can be their photographs, their resume. Okay, then we will go for upload file, and here is a linear scale, right? Suppose you want to ask them for a rating kind of thing. Okay, suppose rate. Okay, rate my service. Then we will proceed for linear scale, right? In this, what will happen is there will be a scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10. You can make it up to 5, 6, 7, 8 also. The maximum number is 10. And here, the 0 will represent a poor service. Okay, it's a just an example. You can use it as per your concern. You can also go for classes if there are only classes which are limited to 10th class. Then you can ask a class also from by this manner. Okay, and 10 refers to excellent. And here one questions arrive. This type of scale will be arrived, right? To rate my service, whether you are it was excellent or poor. And the next type of question, it is about multiple choice grade, right? Sometimes we need to ask like a question which belongs to a match the columns, right? We can use this option for match the columns. Suppose I'm taking an example of vehicle companies, right? Just writing up. Okay, these are few options on a right side, and these options will arrive on a left side and match the column. Okay, by multiple choice option we can enable a match the columns also in our test. Suppose in the same match the columns, number of answers if in case the number of right answers in this match the column tab is more than one. Just take an example. Okay, I am refreshing this. Suppose for Tata, Duster is also right and Safari is also right. But here I am able to select only one, right? Then what I will do is I will go for here, and the type of my question is tick box grid. Okay, then I will refresh again. Here you can see I am able to select a multiple answers. Okay, for a same column. This was about multiple box grid, and next is date and time. You can ask, like, if there is any question about enter your date of birth. Okay, enter your submission time, then you can go for date and time. And we have one question in a chat box, like, in case of roll number, how we can enable a response validation to only number. Okay, I am removing the response validation. From here you can remove a response validation. Suppose you want to add a response validation is then in this roll number, you will click over here. Here is the option of response validation, and select the type, whether it is number, text, length, or regular expression. Suppose it is number, then select first option. Okay, if there is a number like which is specified, suppose my roll number starts after 100. Okay, then I will go for this option which is greater than. I will put a value, or if nothing is there, only number validation you need. Okay, then you will go for blank. No need to fill anything in this option, right? If you want to add any kind of like description to any question, then you can do it by from here. Here is a description. Suppose I want enter with state name. Okay, means you have to enter an institution name with the state name also. This was about type of questions which we can ask in a Google form. Okay, we have created a small test also. The name of test is ICT knowledge test. Is it clear? Suppose you want to add any kind of image, right? We have a question which says identify this personality. Okay, and there are four options over there. The question is, the question is identify the logo. I will go for multiple choice option. Okay, I will add the answers. Suppose Google, Microsoft, Scrollwell, and IICGPI. Suppose there are few options. Okay, and I want to add a logo over here so student will able to see the logo. Then I will click on this image button just next to text. Okay, I will upload the logo from my device. It can be a logo, it can be a image of any personality, it can be a image for a reference of students also, not limited to this. Okay, and this image, like you can add image in any of the question you have added over here for the reference. Like institution name, you can add any image of a school, okay, college from internet. Is it fine? And we can arrange this to center also. We can increase or decrease the shape and size of this image also. Okay, from this button you can align it to center, left or right. Okay, or you can change. You can also add a caption for a reference if you want to add. Suppose in our case I will give a caption of like this. Okay, if you are adding an image from a internet or taking a reference of third party, you will need to mention the link of resource from where you have used this image. In case of PPT, in case of research paper, in case of quiz also, to avoid a copyrights issue, right? So in that case we used a caption option to mention the resource. Let's say what it will is, this image doesn't belongs to me, I have taken this image from here. Okay, after completing this we will go for view. Let's see how our this question identifies a logo looks like. Is it clear? Right now we have, what we have done is we have taken a blank quiz, started adding up some few questions with a description, and the title is this. We have added a name, basic details which we need, name, institution name, roll number, class, section, right? In section we will proceed for drop down, and here are a few questions like this: first question, second question, and third question. Okay, again here you can see there are few options, right? First one is plus, second one is import, third one is title and description, fourth one is image, fifth one is video, and another one is section, right? We will start with a section. Section what simply means, if you want to divide your content in two parts. Suppose the first part is about basic details, right? And I will create a section from here, and I will mention the title of this section is as a quiz. Okay, quiz section.
Hmm?
After doing this, after creating a section, you can also import your questions from a previous test. Suppose you have created any kind of uh, content on a Google form previously and you want to add up some of the questions from there. Okay, then you can go for that one also. How we can do it? Simply go for this option, import questions. It will, this kind of dashboard will arrive over here. and here is a list of questions which not a question, list of uh, exams or forms which you have created previously, and you will need to select the test. Okay, suppose in my case, I will go for this one, right? I will simply click on this, select that form, will go for install. Here is the option, here is the all the questions which I have used in that form. Okay, I can select either all the questions which I want to import, or I can go for a single one also, right? Suppose I want to add only this two questions, then I will go select these and click on import. Okay, here it is, contact number and position is added over here. I can move this one as on a top in a section 1, this one also. Okay, this is how we can import a questions from a previously created form. And the next part is how we can add a title of this. Suppose you want to add any kind of image and title between these two questions, then how you can do it. Okay, again we will proceed for this, these four options. Here you can see the third option is title and description, right? Simply click on this, and then you can see where it is. Yes, here I can add any kind of title which is not a part of my question, right? It is any kind of guidance or description, you can say, and you want to add in between the test, means in the mid of the test, then you can go for this option. Is it clear? Okay, and the next question is how we can import an image. We have done previously, right? Simply click on this image option. The number of images which are available in your drive can be seen from here. Okay, if you want to add any kind of URL of the image directly, you can click on this. If you want to search it from a Google's, like Scrollwell, let's say it is not arriving over here, I will, no images are related to this. Okay, let's say it's IICGGI, not no. Okay, any kind of image you can search from the internet and add it to a form directly, right? Let's see, yes, here it is. Okay, you can move it to up and down, and in the same manner you can add a YouTube video also for a reference of students, right? Simply click on this video option, and you can either search for the YouTube video, or you can directly paste a URL of YouTube also. Okay, suppose I want to give the students about how to create YouTube channel. Okay, I want to find a video on this. I will select this video and will insert. Okay, this is how we can insert a video also in our quiz. And we can add a image also, right? Is it clear? And you can give a title of an image also as well as video. I am just deleting these options so we can proceed for our questionnaire part. Okay, is it clear? Any doubts till now? What is section? What are various kind of questions? How to add a response validation? How to change a theme? Okay, how to insert this title bar? Okay, how to delete? How to create this? Match the following questions. What is this linear grid? From here we can copy our question. Okay, from here we can delete our question, and from here we can make it required. And if I want to add any kind of description, then we can go for this. And yes, you can see go to section based answers. Anyone have used this one? Okay, suppose there are number of sections, right? And you have a number of audience also, and for the both of the audience the quiz will be quite different. Let's take example of, we have a class, okay, of engineering. First one is computer science, and next one is automobile engineering. I request you all to don't unmute yourself if you don't have any kind of query. Okay, suppose there are two classes, it can be up to a number of class. Okay, first one is CSC, computer science, and second one is automobile engineering. And the pattern of quiz, the content of quiz will be different for both of the classes, right? Because the differentiation in a syllabus. And is it possible to redirect the candidate only to a class or a test which belongs to him or her? Okay, yes, it is possible, but in this case two things we need to do is none of our questions should be required. Okay, and we will need to create a another section, right? I will copy this section, duplicate this section, and in the bottom here you can see I will just change the title to a computer science. Let's say CSC. Okay, and this one is for automobile. Whenever student will select these two options, here is the option of go to section based on answer, right? Then what will happen whenever student will select CSC? It will be redirected to which section? It is section third. Okay, whenever student will select automobile engineering, he or she will be redirected to this section which is automobile engineering. And what after that is continue to submit the form. Not here, not here. Continue to next section depending on this. But yes, in this, whenever his or her section is complete, he or she will enable a submit a form. Okay, this option. And again, for this section also, we will enable submit a form because this one is last, auto submit option is enabled. Okay, is it clear? Let's see in a view option, right? Here is a first section. I will just take an example. I want to be this. My phone number is this, and my class is this. Okay, now I will select automobile engineering. Let's see whether I am redirected to a automobile engineering test or not. I will click on next. Here it is. You can see automobile ICT test, right? And after filling my test, the option of submit is arrived. Means the test of CSC, which belongs to CSC and is available within this form, will be skipped for me. Is it clear? If you have any kind of doubt in this till now, you may ask, then we will move for quiz part. You can unmute yourself. Any kind of doubts you have, you may ask. सबको सब कुछ क्लियर है गूगल फॉर्म का?
Yes, sir.
ओके, फिर भी मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं कुछ कंफ्यूजन होगी अभी
होता
तक।
ही है जब तक इंसान प्रैक्टिस ना करे पूरा।
हाँ, क्योंकि अभी मैं एक चीज में उलझ गया था, तो मैं उम्मीद नहीं कर सकता कि सब कुछ क्लियर होगा। ठीक है, अभी तक हमने क्या किया? सबसे पहले तो हम गूगल फॉर्म पे गए, forms.google.com पे। हमने एक ब्लैंक टेम्पलेट सेलेक्ट किया, वहाँ पे हमने अपने टेस्ट का टाइटल दिया और डिस्क्रिप्शन ऐड की। ठीक है, डिस्क्रिप्शन ऐड करने के बाद हमने कुछ क्वेश्चन सेलेक्ट किए, ऐड किए, जैसे कि जो बेसिक डिटेल्स हमें चाहिए, राइट? ताकि हम इवैल्यूएशन में उसको यूज़ कर सकें। रिज़ल्ट जब हम पब्लिश करेंगे या कुछ ओवरव्यू लेंगे तो हमें ये बेसिक डिटेल्स चाहिए ही होंगी। ठीक है, ताकि जो हम अपने टेस्ट का बिहेवियर है या ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का बिहेवियर है वो समझ सकें। तो उसमें क्या क्या चीज़ें हमने रखी? नेम, इंस्टीट्यूशन नेम, रोल नंबर, ठीक है, पोजीशन और कुछ कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर, राइट? और एक शॉर्ट डिस्क्रिप्शन इन बिटवीन द टेस्ट, क्लास एंड सेक्शन, और एक ये क्लास मीन्स मैं अभी के लिए ये डिलीट कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है, ताकि आप लोग कंफ्यूज ना हो। और हमने एक ऑप्शन ऐड किया जिसमें हमने 2 क्लासेस ऐड की। ठीक है, उसके बाद हमने एक नया सेक्शन क्रिएट किया इस बटन से। उस सेक्शन का क्रिएट करने का वजह ये था क्योंकि हमारे पास जो कंटेंट है क्विज का, ठीक है, वो डिफरेंशिएट हो सके मेरे जो बेसिक इन्फॉर्मेशन वाले पार्ट से, राइट? फर्स्ट सेक्शन में हमने सिर्फ बेसिक इन्फॉर्मेशन ली कैंडिडेट से। सेकंड सेक्शन में हमने एक क्विज स्टार्ट किया जो ऑटोमोबाइल इंजीनियरिंग के लिए है। सपोज मैं एक ही फॉर्म से चाहता हूँ कि मेरे पूरा कॉलेज एक ही फॉर्म के थ्रू पूरे कॉलेज के बच्चे ये टेस्ट दे लें, ठीक है, और वो टेस्ट का जो कंटेंट है वो भी अलग अलग है। लेट्स से मैं अगर बात करूं कॉमर्स बैकग्राउंड की तो बीबीए है, ठीक है। बीबीए में अलग अलग ब्रांचेस होंगी जैसे कि
Sir,
फाइनेंस। यस सर।
excuse me, sir.
जी
Sir, can you continue in English only?
ओके ओके, नो इशू। ठीक है सर। let's say we have 2 branches of BBA, right? And or MBA, and there are 2 sub branches also. First one is finance and second one is marketing, right? And I want only single form for the whole MBA class, okay, with the segregated quiz. The student who belongs to finance will able to see their test, their quiz, their questions which belongs to them, okay, and the student who belongs to marketing will able to see the part of marketing only, right? And after creating a section, we have added up few questions with the title of like automobile engineering test, and here is a title identify the logo, and from here we can add an image just next to this title. Here you can see we can add an image. It can be a reference to a student. Suppose you want to ask any kind of thing, identify the logo means identify the person, or for uh, not only for identifying it, you can give a image for a reference also for your question, right? It can be a multiple choice, short answer, anything. And here is a option of another type of question which is linear scale. You can ask for a ratings from here, okay, and match the columns can be done through this option, multiple choice grid and multiple tick box grid, right? Suppose in match the columns for a single in a row, okay, in a suppose for a option A there are two right answers, okay, then you can go for tick box grid. Means if the number of answer is more than one, then you can go for tick box grid. And if the answer is only a single term, then you can go for multiple choice grid. Okay, then we have created another section for a CSC students. This one was for a automobile engineering student. Okay, after creating this, what we have done is we have created a section based, okay, go to order section, right? Whenever how we can do is whenever student will select this computer science will be redirected to here. The automobile engineering part will not be shown to him, okay. Whenever student will select automobile engineering, he or she will not be able to see the questions which belong to CSC, okay, because the section based redirection is enabled by a teacher from here. Go to section based answer, okay. For CSC student, I will select
How?
to this. For automobile engineering student, I will select to this. Is it clear? And yes, one thing more, after selecting these two options, you will go for here just after this. What will happen after submission of this automobile engineering test? I will say submit the form. If I will not select anything, it will continue student to a next section, right? Then he or she will be redirected to a CSC part. Okay, I only want to show a question which belongs to automobile engineering, then I will click for this submit option. Okay, for all the section you will need to do this except the last one. Okay, and this was it. After that we have proceeded for our design options. We have added a header from here, this header option, and we have changed the theme color from here and font style from here. Okay, till now we are done with these settings. Is it clear? Again, if still you have any kind of doubts, you may ask. Then we will proceed for a quiz part.
Sir, please just repeat the how you segregate the section A, section B.
How I have added a section A or how I am redirecting on section B.
Yeah,
So which one? First question or second? Means how to add a section or how to redirect it on a section?
sir. First is the how to add a
Add a
section.
section.
Yeah.
Suppose, firstly, you will need to add a few questions, right?
Hmm.
Suppose this one. Uh, And after this roll number or this position option, I want to enable another section, right? Because
Yeah.
this details belongs to institute, but this detail belongs to job application, right?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
I will simply click on this option. Here you
Okay.
can see this one. In the last, here is the option of add section. Simply click on this. The
Okay.
new section will be created. You can give it a title.
Okay.
Okay. You
Okay.
can add
Thank you.
this question to a
Thank you.
second section also. Okay. This is how we can create a section. And the
Thank you.
next. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else? Okay. Can we proceed for a quiz? Right now we have created a test, right? And we want to evaluate it in an automatic manner, right? Google Form allows us to do same. For that, we will need to enable a setting of quiz. Okay. Just hold. Yes. Okay. Let's start. From this settings option, whenever you will click on this settings, the first thing which is required and mandatory in case of quiz is you should must allow this option which is called collect email address. Can anyone explain why we need this option collect email address in case of quiz? Anyone?
We need to know who has responded to the quiz.
But we can get it from a name also, na? We have a roll number, name and class. Why this email option? Okay. As a mean of communication, right? Whenever we will conduct any kind of test, right? We will be releasing a marks also. That marks will be released in through email, right? Because we are working as a virtual platform. Okay, and this is a response receipt. When you will allow this option, student will get a screenshot of all the responses which he or she have filled in their email. Which email? Which they have used while filling this form. Okay, we will proceed for this. Yes, always share me responses. And the next part is limit to one response. If you want to, like, one student will able to fill only once, then you can select this limit to one response. And if you want that student can edit after submission, then go for this. And what is see summary charts? Okay, if you enable this option, each and every student will able to see the responses and the detail of each and every one after submission. Suppose 10 people have filled this form after submission. If I enable this option, the link will arrive to see a summary. In a summary, he or she can check all the answers, whether the first person have filled which answer, what are the details which belongs to him or her. Okay, then we will go for these two options as a disabled one. And here the second tab is presentation, right? What it means, you can arrange a presentation of your form. In a confirmation message after submission of this form, we will say like thanks for test. Okay, results will disclosed through email. Right? And one thing more, if you are enabling not now, let's see whether we use our mind or not. Okay. And yes, this is a main part, which is make a quiz. If you enable this option, okay, then your test will be converted into a quiz. You will be able to give a marking scheme and selecting a right answer for your questions. And if you want that your student can see miss question, correct answer and point value, then you can enable this one. Okay, you want to release the marks just immediately, then you can go for this. If you want to do evaluation on a later on part, then you can select this option as a manual review. Okay, I will go for this. After enabling this, here you can see on a top the total point value is 0, and we are giving some of the marks, like for name it will be 0. Coming to a second part, suppose for first question I will click on this question, and at the bottom you can say it is an answer key. We'll be adding a point value over here from a top. For this question the point value is 2 and the right answer is this. Okay, you just need to select the right answer. After that, this question doesn't belong any marks. For this one, again I will click on answer key, and the point value for each is 0.5. Okay, and the right answer is for this is this. Okay, and actually it doesn't support a point value in a okay, this is how we can add a marks for a question. Again we will repeat the same for this one also. Click on a question, go to add answer key, give a point value, select a right answer. Okay, again go to answer key, add answer, select the right answers, give a point value and click on done. Okay, the point value is like this. Okay, we are done with our grading point part, means the total point value is 12. Whenever anyone will attempt this test, the marks will be auto calculated and can be released just after the test. Okay, and after enabling these settings, here is the option of one is called shuffle the question order. You can shuffle the question order for each of the students to avoid a cheating kind of thing. Okay, so they cannot discuss the questions. Okay, whether which answer is right or wrong. Then after creating all these things, enabling the quiz, okay, giving a point value, then I will need to share this test with our students. How we can share it? Either we can mail them directly if we have email address of the students. Okay, you can simply paste the list of email address over here, and if you want to include the test in this email, then you can select this option. The form will be included in the okay, because it is a section based form, submit now button will arrive. Okay, we cannot include this form in an email. And if you want to share it on a WhatsApp and any other platform, then you can go for this link option. Simply copy this link and send it to your students. If you want to embed this form into your website, then you can go for this HTML tag. Okay, I will go for this option, which is copy the link and paste to students. Okay, just sending this form into a chat section of a Zoom, and I request one or two of you to fill this form, and I will be doing the same to have a number of data and I want to proceed for automobile engineering. Then automobile engineering test is arrived over here for this. This one is right. And there is another issue, I think. Yes. Let's see. After completing the test, the whole point value is 12, right? But the marks of only 6. Whenever you will check my score for automobile engineering, I have scored only 6 out of 12, but my questions are right, answers are right. Still, I got only 6 because my test is divided into two parts. The first part was about automobile engineering, and the second part was CSC. Because I didn't attempt this part, it will be rewarding me as a 0 points. This is a limitation in the case of section based answer selection, right? Is it clear? And after having this, from here we can check our responses. From here we can enable or close the response list. Okay. And by clicking on this create spreadsheet, you will be able to see all the responses in a Google Sheet in the form of Google Sheet. A new Google Sheet will be created. Okay. Here you can see the responses are for all the students. Okay. It will be real time, means whenever student will fill this form, it will be automatically updated. You can download it as Excel from here. You can print all the responses, delete all the responses. Okay. And you can also enable an email notification for new responses. You can have a summary of the response from here. Is it clear about a quiz part? If you have any kind of query related to quiz, how to enable a quiz, how to set a point values, how to add an answer key, and the thing which is left is, suppose if someone gives a wrong answer, right? For this, I have, as a student, I have filled a wrong answer, and as a teacher, I will give a reference to a student. Means if student will provide me a wrong information, means an incorrect answer, then I will provide him or her a link. Please refer. Article, okay, for his or her knowledge upgradation. I can paste a link over here. Okay, and I will click on save. Whenever student will fill the incorrect answer, this feedback will be shown to him or her, okay, for their reference. Is it clear about a quiz part? Any doubts like how to enable a quiz, how to see your responses, how to release a marks in a manual evaluation? You will just need to click on this release score. All the scores will be sent to an email address of the participants. Okay. Is it clear? Feel free to ask anything. Okay. We are here. Okay. Can we move for a certification part, like how to enable a certify, how to enable a timer on this quiz. We have two things left with. We are left with. You can unmute yourself. The settings are enabled for unmuting. Can we proceed for our next part?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next thing is, if you want to enable this quiz in a time bounded test, right? Then how we can do this? There are two add-ons, all the things which are like additional to a Google form which are not available in a settings can be done, few of them, through a add-ons, right? From where we can get add-ons, here you can see whenever you will click on this three dot button, in the last second option is for add-ons. You will go for this and will need to install add-on which is known as Timify. This one, okay, for enabling a time bounded test. I have already installed this. After installing this, I will go for here add-on option, Timify. Okay. Configure. Whenever you will click on this configure option, this kind of dashboard will arrive over here. You will need to click on this enable. Okay, after doing this, you will need to visit a website of this extension. Okay, just search it on a Google, this one, and will need to log in with the same email address which you have used for creating a test. Here it is. I will log out this one and I will sign in with the email address. Whenever you will be doing this one for a first time, it will ask you for a token code here. Then it can be generated from by logging in to your account of a Timify. Okay. Whenever you will create account for first time, the token will be provided to you. And our today's test name is ICT knowledge test, right? And what we need to do is we are enabling a time limit for this test. How we can do is we will go for this public form link. This is a link for your form. Okay, click on this open self registration and here are few default settings, right? We will click on this edit default settings. We will keep this form as a for a 5 minutes only and it will be auto closed after 5 minutes and student will able to see the quiz score also. I will click on save. Okay. And I will copy this and share it to my students. Whenever student will access my test through this link, the time bounded test will be shown to him. Okay. just keep in mind, if you are enabling a time bounded test from this extension, then if you are sharing a link to a student which you have copied from here, suppose this, I will paste it over here, then it will not work. Okay, we will need to share a link which is provided by this website, this link, because we have done a settings over here with the time limit, right? After doing this, I will be signing in with my email for authentication purpose. Then the test will arrive, which is for 5 minutes. I will click on this, open a form. Here you can see timer is running up. Okay, I have only 5 minutes to fill this form. Then after it will be auto closed. Is it clear about Timify? How
Excuse
we
me,
can,
sir, where are we exactly pasting this link?
which link, ma'am, which we
The
have got
copied
from
one,
here?
yeah.
Yeah, this one, na?
Yeah.
We are sharing to our students, like you have to give a test from this link only. Okay, student will have access to this test through this link. This is a link for a test. Okay,
Yeah.
like we want to access a Google, right? What we need to type is google.com. Okay, then we are able to visit this website. In the case of this test which you have created, this link will work. This link will redirect your students to a test which is time bounded. Okay, if you proceed for this link which is provided by a Google form, because it is not a time bounded test, not a settings of Google form, right? We are using a additional extension. That's why if you will share this link which is provided by Google form, the timing will be not be there, and whenever you will share this link for a same test, the question answers, all things are same. Okay, the timer will arrive over here. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any doubts about the same? Anyone? Okay, can we move for our next part? Now there is another extension for a same process for enabling a time limit. Okay, but it allows us to enable a proctoring also. Proctoring what means you can keep an eye on your student, whether he or she is making a noise, he or she is not looking into camera, if he or she is shifting to another tab, trying to shift in another tab. Okay, to prevent a cheating with time limit, then we will use another extension which is known as timer and proctor. If you want to enable only a time limit, then you can go for this Timify. If you want to keep an eye on your student, then you can go for timer and proctor. Okay, simply select this one and click on install. Select the email address through which you have created a form or a test. Go for allow, and it is installed. After installing this, we will come back to our dashboard. Here it is. Here you can see the option of timer and proctor have arrived, and sometime it takes time due to low internet. You will need to refresh it. The option of configure will arrive. In a same timer and proctor, Here it is. Go for settings. The small dashboard will arrive over here. Here you can say you want to enable a proctor or a timer only. Here is a few constraints. If you want to enable a timer only, 200 participants can submit this form. If you want to monitor them with the AI tool, then you can only proceed for 50 participants. Okay, maximum number of attempts to a student you can give 1 or 2. Okay, you can directly paste it to a send it to your classroom also, which you have created by using the same email address, this email address. Okay, through which you have created a test. After that you will enable a timer, means the duration of the test will be 5 minutes, which will start from 13th of October, means today, and will start time at, right now it's 5:54, right? Let's say will start at 5:56 and the end date is today itself. Okay, and the time is 5:57. Okay, I will update the settings. In a proctor you want to disable the track the tab switching, camera, microphone and photos. The random photos will be clicked. Simply go for update the settings, and here also you will receive a test link. Again you will be sharing a link of this from here, not directly from a Google form. Whenever you will paste this link, you can see the test is scheduled for 13th of October at 5:56 p.m. Okay, he or she will not be able to attempt a test before a time. Okay, and we have only allowed the test duration for 2 minutes. Okay, because it will be auto closed at 5:57. Let's refresh this page. It will show a basic settings. You have to click on this. Here it says close the tabs and application which are open in my another tabs, right? To avoid the cheating, what we can do is we can simply drag this to a new window and we'll click. Then only the test will be started. And right now my camera is also enabled. Okay, here you can see on a top video is showing and the test is arrived. Noise detected, if you can see on a top. I will fill the test. Because I have only 2 minutes, it's already 57. I think I will not be able to fill this form. Okay, I have submitted this form, and from here click after submitting on a right top corner. I have to click on this. Test is completed. And after this, I will come back to a teacher part. Here you can see on this add-on timer and proctor, here is the option of results, right? It will show your trust score, means it can be up to 100% if none of the violence is created by a student. Okay, here you can see the noise is detected. Okay, to avoid a cheating. And if the test is like uh, of more than 5 minutes, then it also clicks a photograph of the student, random photograph, when he or she will be reacting to anything like moving their head here and there and looking for not looking in a camera, then it clicks a photographs also. Okay, this is how you can keep an eye through this trust score and the noise as well as photograph. Okay, again response will be saved over here. There is no issue with the response. Is it clear how we can enable a timer and proctor? Okay, can anyone explain me a difference between Timify and this timer and proctor? A basic difference.
In timer, we can only set the timings. We cannot monitor the student.
Yes, and in the case of timer and proctor, we will be able to evaluate them through their trust score, what kind of noise they are making, whether someone is telling them a right answers, right? It can happen because it is virtual, and through a photographs also. Okay. Any doubts in this timer and proctor? Then we will proceed for the certification part.
Hello. Yeah,
Yes.
this timer and proctor, it is a free add-on or we have to purchase?
It is free with some limitations. What are the limitations is, if you are enabling only a time limit, okay, let's say I am enabling a time limit for 2 minutes, not that proctor part, only a time limit, the test is time bounded test, then 200 students can access this link. Okay, this one, 200 students can access the link. If you are enabling a proctor also, means you want to track them, then you will need to you can go for only 50 students. Okay, and if you want to enhance this, there is a option of upgradation. Okay, with the number of attempts is this one. Okay, you can go for this upgrade option, which is approx 375 rupees per email address. Okay, any other doubts? Can we move forward for our certification part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us start. And suppose you want to conduct any kind of GK competition, okay, and want to provide a certificate to a student just after submission of this test, you can do it with the add-on which is known as Certify EM. Again, you will go for this add-on option and will install a add-on which is named as Certify EM, that first add-on. After installing this, you will click on this enable Certify EM for this quiz. And after enabling this one, again a small dashboard will arrive over here. Okay, we will be proceeding for basic settings, the passing percentage marks, Suppose you want to give a certificate to each and every participant, whether he scored 0 out of it, then you can go for 0%. And if there is any kind of passing criteria, you can select it out of 100. Okay, I will proceed for 0. And there are some free predefined templates. Okay, you can have a look from here. Either you can select this predefined templates from here, or you can go for your own template also. Okay, we will discuss how to add our own template. Right now I am selecting this one, black frame, to just have a look how to enable this. Okay, and after selecting a template, setting up a passing percentage, we'll proceed for advanced option, in which we will be adding up a email template which will share to a students after submission of this form. The name of sender will be you as, or your organization, your department. Okay, for me it is Scrollwell. Okay, suppose title is subject of email is okay, and the body content is dear candidate, thanks for participating in the quiz. Okay, please find your certificate attached below. This kind of thing we can write over here in a body. Anything, a formal message to a candidate. Okay, regards your name. Name of sender, subject of a email, body of the email, and the type of format of certificate, whether you want to share it as a PDF or as an image. The quality of PDF is quite high, so we will prefer for a PDF and will save the changes. Okay, after doing all these settings, means selecting a template or certificate, selecting a passing percentage marks, and giving a name of sender, subject of the email, body of the email, we will enable this option which is shown over here, turn on certification. Okay, and yes, in case of this certify em, you can directly send the link of Google form. There is no issue with it. But in case of Timify and Timer and Proctor, you will be sharing a link which is provided by these add-ons only. Okay, let's see whether our certification is enabled or not, because it is turned on. I will be filling this form over here. Select this. This is my roll number. This is my contact number section, and this is and for this okay, here you can see I have submitted my test and I have qualified it by attaining 2 marks, which is more than 0. Let's see whether I receive a certificate on an email or not. Sometimes it takes up to 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, just wait a while. Let's check in a spam folder. I have used this email, right? Let's check what is the issue behind it, why the certification is not working. Again, we will come back to our dashboard and the link is turned on and certification is also on because the three emails are consumed already. We will be again filling the form by enabling this. Okay, let's see. It works or not. And after this, we will be adding our own template, means a certificate template which is designed by you with your logo, with your institution name. Okay, with your signature, how we can do it. Let's check the certificate record whether it is saved or not. Yes, it is saved, but the email is not arriving to me. Hope there is some kind of technical issue. Let's try with another email address from here. Yes, here it is. ठीक है, इस email पे मुझे आ गया. There is some kind of issue with my this email. I think it is not arriving on this email. Okay, here you can see the certification is enabled for a test and I have scored 50% out of it. Is it clear? This is how we can enable a certification for this test. Okay, a predefined certificate which is provided by a add-on itself. Now we will proceed for adding our own certificate. Yes, here is a name of sender, here is a content which we have added, and here is a certificate template as a PDF, right? Let's see how we can add a predefined, not predefined, self-made certificate for this add-on. For that, two things we need. First is PowerPoint. Okay, we will be designing our certificate in a PowerPoint. I have a certificate which is already designed over here. Okay, I will show you just for example. The things which are permanent we will be adding in the same template which we have created. Like content and the logos of the institution. Okay, then you will need to mention the values, like these kind of values where you want to add the name and what is other identifier. Okay, what is certificate ID which is mentioned over here. Here you can see in this Google form which we have created, here is the option of certificate records, right? And there are few titles which are given to a particular thing, like this is a first name. I want this term on my certificate. I want this because this is an institution name on my certificate, and I want this certificate ID also on my certificate. Then what I will need to do is I will mention all these titles which I want to add on a right place in double curly braces. Is it clear? After doing this, I will save this file and upload it into my drive of the same email address. Okay, I will upload this file in my Google Drive. After uploading this into my Google Drive, I will again go for not advanced option. I will go for this certificate selection option. Here is the option of use custom template. As this is already enabled, uploaded in my drive, I will directly go for this. Here are few of the templates. Let's say this one. Okay, I will select that PPT from my drive and save the changes. Here you can see whenever I will fill this form for a next time, the certificate which I have selected from my drive, I will fill. Okay, roll number. I will select the right answer for this. For okay, I have used the wrong email address. Just I will refill this form with another email address. Okay, got it. Actually, I have created this form using the same email address through which I am filling this one. Okay, I am admin with this same form. That's why it is not sending the certification to me. Okay, I will be using another email address which doesn't belongs to admin. I will attempt my test. Submit. And let's see whether I will receive a certification or not. Coming back to my yes, certification is turned on. Just wait a while. Yes, I received a certificate with the template which I have created. Is it clear? Any doubts regarding the same with the certification part? We are open for a query session. Any doubts if you have?
Sir, with this Certify EM, can we send only 100 certificates in a single day? Or,
Sir, for a single form,
okay,
okay, it is limited to 100 if you are using a normal Gmail account. Okay.
okay, sir.
If you are a user of G Suite account, which is provided by your institution, right? Then it can be up to 1500.
Okay.
Okay. For a G Suite account, it is the number of emails is 1500. Anyone else?
Sir, one more query. Actually, whenever we attend the webinar through the Zoom, they send this certificate. Is it the same way how they are sending, or any other in the Zoom also?
When you are attending a session through a Zoom, right? Did they
Yes, yes,
provide
sir.
you any kind of feedback form?
Yes, sir.
Uh, does it works on a Google form? The feedback
Oh,
form.
I think that is a Google form only.
Okay, this is a Google form, okay, and it works on a Google form only. If they are sharing you a feedback form which is created on Google form, then it is same, okay, the same manner they are doing this. Sorry, I got disconnected due to an internet issue. Okay. Sir, if they are using a Google form, then the same method is used. But if they are sharing you another any kind of link, then I'm not aware of it. Anyone else? Any kind of doubts regarding a Google form, how to create a Google form, how to enable a quiz, how to change the theme settings, how to
Sir,
enable a
sir, one more
yes
thing,
sir,
sir.
yes sir.
Can you explain me little bit about this spreadsheet responses? What we get in the quiz?
Okay, spreadsheet is a type of Excel, right? The service which is provided by Google itself. Okay, whenever anyone will fill this form, it will be recorded in the form of Excel virtually, okay, on a Google Sheets, and the link of that sheet can be accessed from here, this Excel button. You can have all the responses and at a single place through the sheet. Okay, sir. And the thing is, which is left, how we can add a collaborator. Okay, means if you want to provide the rights of this test to anyone who is your co-instructor, you will go for this collaborator option. From this three dot button, you will add their email address over here. Then they will able to edit this form, means they will have a rights as much as you have. Okay, suppose I add this email address as an editor, then they will have all the rights to this form as an instructor. Okay, from here you can add a collaborator. If you want to make a copy this form, then you can go for make a copy. You want to delete, then you can go for delete, and we can print it from here. Okay, and this one is script editor. It will be used for a developer. Okay, the person who is from developer field will be using this one for enabling or editing this form, enhancing this form. Okay, they can edit all the template of this by editing the raw code of this form. Any other doubts?
I was not able to take up the test yesterday, so I didn't get that. And
Okay, I will be resharing that test also. ठीक है?
to
And
my
the
email
are
ID,
you?
is it possible?
Yes, it is possible. Are you present in a group?
Yeah, but I'm not in WhatsApp because I've got some problem in my WhatsApp. So if it can be sent to my email ID, to be fine, sir.
Okay, we will be sharing a link of the feedback and a test to a registered email. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Sir, one more question, sir.